Sombreros and Marjorie quitting, drug boats exploding, continuous winning. The left always melting, they're screeching no kings. These are a few of my favorite things. Mass deportations, no more open borders. President Trump dunking on fake news reporters. Leading and laughing, the truth always stings. These are a few of my favorite things. Tariffs are working and trade deals aplenty. Soon the world will know they stole 2020. Deep state in panic, whistleblowers sing. These are a few of my favorite things. A president who fights for American things, making globalists sad. That historic November we'll always remember. It's now America first, and we're so glad. Come on! God bless our farmers and our military. Every morning is Christmas and it's always merry. God bless America, together we sing. These are a few of my favorite things, yeah. God bless President Trump. God bless America. Oh.
Hey, everybody. Monday Gunday, episode 121. Paul, you promised us last night in our team meeting you'd tell us about Venezuela.
I'll tell you what I can tell you.
As much as you can. Yeah, as much as you can.
So, Venezuela, the cradle of South America.
It's the bosom.
It's the bosom of South America, and it's fixing to have a mastectomy.
Bring your maracas when you go to Caracas.
So we seized a tanker the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And so some smart ass from BBC said, President Trump, what are you going to do with that oil? Well, we're going to keep it, I reckon.
He did. He absolutely said it.
We got sanctions on it. So the buildup in Trinidad and Tobago, and what they're not talking about, which if you dug enough, it's public record. We're building up in the Falklands to be geographically closer. We've got two major Navy flotillas there, and then a minor one that are guided missile frigates and that. And the great thing is that, you know, back in the day, we sold Venezuela first or second generation F-16s. And, they're just no match for our air superiority. So, as you both know, he who controls the skies controls the battle space.
Well, maybe JC can help me out here. If we get into an area that you can't, but the way I also look at this is, the left is all of a sudden, because it just opposes Trump, saying we don't want an ever war. We don't. Rand Paul, the left, a libertarian, is just a liberal who doesn't know it yet. Rush Limbaugh, quoting, nobody voted for this war. Then today he comes out and says, I am making fentanyl. I'm classifying it as a weapon of mass destruction because none of you assholes in the Senate or Congress are going to do anything. You haven't done it for the last 11 months.
That's right.
So here you go. Whatever it was that we signed to go to war on terror, And we don't have to put boots on the ground. It's 2025. The U.S.
Yeah,
doesn't have to put boots on the ground.
we don't. No, we could do it with aircraft.
Yeah.
and
Totally.
and
Manned and
local
unmanned.
and drones, right?
Yeah,
We
yeah, manned and
absolutely,
unmanned. So
yeah.
the Navy's
Chat rooms are open, by the way. If you want to jump in here and bully us
All
and
I, all I don't want to, I don't want to,
tell us how we're
I don't want to,
or
I don't want to draw you
anti.
out. I don't want to draw you out too far, but let's just say that I would not like to be Mr. Maduro tonight. I would not.
you would not.
No,
You would not.
No,
You would not
no,
lay safe in your bed.
no, no, no. And in
it's a
fact,
Canuck.
look
Oh
at
my
that,
gosh!
Doug.
Speaking of not being safe in your bed, there's Edward.
Oh my god.
Well,
What?
we managed to get a transmission from north of the Iron Curtain.
Whoever the Ottawa PM is did something totally retarded, and I forgot to write it down today. But yeah, again, he was bashing Trump and supporting Zelensky, and we'll get into Zelensky and all that stuff in a minute. But hey, Canuck, glad you could make it to Monday Gunday. We haven't had you for a while.
Hey,
Thank you. And where's my money, Zelensky? I want my money back.
You ain't getting it. You ain't
Can't
getting
stand
it.
that guy.
You don't give me. We're good. We'll hold. I'm
You
hold.
guys,
Hold. I'm holding. We will
You guys
get
play
into
what-
Zelensky and what's going on there. We're finishing up on Venezuela. So again, the oil. It is sanctioned oil from somewhere.
It is. It's sanctioned Venezuelan oil and Iranian oil that's in Venezuela are both being sanctioned. And when you load them on a tanker and put them out in international waters, it's a free fire zone.
So why were
and they're going to Cuba. Of course they are.
Why have sanctions not been effective in the past? And I'm going to make the argument is because we never captured the boats carrying.
We never did anything. We had the sanctions, but it was only lip service.
Mm-hmm.
The previous administration never did anything. They had the sanctions, but they chose not to enforce it. Like with everything else from the previous administration, they had sanctions in place so that the front group in Congress could say, "Hey, we got sanctions. I voted for the sanctions."
Well, and then they turn around, but then they turn around and say, "See how effective our sanctions are? Russia's been crushed."
Yeah.
I'm looking at 2025 in December.
Yeah, Russia is not crushed.
The ruble's actually holding up better than the U.S. dollar. So I don't know how
we
Russia
determined a couple of years ago. I made the mistake of calling it Zelda money, the rupee. So we're holding on. It's the rupee from the Legend of Zelda. That's what Russia has. It's the rupee.
Yeah.
You go around, you whack a guy down, you get a rupee coin, a rupee diamond.
You do know that the rupee is the currency of India, right?
I'm aware.
So you got the ruble and the rupee, yeah.
You need
and then the burpee, and then the Canadian whatever it is, right?
That's a rupee. Becoming the rupee. Trust me. By the way, it's pretty hard to nail down a ship when they're in international waters and they swap flags. With a ship with no port, you can do that in international waters, and through a confusion.
These things are 3 times the size of an NFL stadium, Edward.
I know that.
Edward, if the Houthis can board them and capture them, we can.
Well, yeah, exactly. It may be illegal, but yeah, you can do it. Go ahead. I don't care.
Wait a minute.
I'm all for
Are you
it.
saying we're in violation of international law?
Well, you can be if they have a different flag flying on their ship. Then and no direct port to go to, and a lot of ships do this to avoid taxes or paying taxes. You'd have to nail them when they're in port or just outside of it in their own waters to do that, and maybe they just too lazy or just don't care enough to
So
do it.
did you
You're
see
not
what
doing
happened
it.
with the specific boat we're talking about? It's an oil freighter.
Oil tankers, I
They,
know that,
they,
but
they knew they knew exactly where it was coming from and exactly where it was going to, and they just waited till
Uh,
it was 7 miles out and said,
yeah, 7 miles
"We're
out.
going to stick a destroyer in front of you and stop you." And
I
the
would
boat
do that.
went, "Yeah,
Yes,
you can. Yes, you
yes, I
can."
would, and I don't know why they haven't. I would definitely
They
do
did.
that.
Well, they finally did. That's what we're getting at. They
Well,
Oh,
finally
okay.
okay,
did.
all right.
It's time, Edward. It's time to get serious.
Well, yeah,
Okay. I mean, the president has used the carrot and lots of flowery, glowing language for all of his opponents for the last 11 months, and he sees that he's getting nowhere. So now it's time for the stick, and that's what's coming. It's no more Mr. Nice Guy.
I'm with you. No, I agree.
Okay, no, no. I mean,
And
and
you know what? It's like 5 years too late. But anyways, at least something's
no, it
being
isn't.
done.
It's never too late.
Well,
By the
you,
way, just so you know, not a lot of sympathy for Rob Reiner here.
I read that post
I mean,
I read your post.
well, no, I remember
Outstanding.
I remember what he said when Rush died.
Yeah,
I,
I know.
no, I'm not gonna buy it.
No, I'm not. I'm with you. I'm not getting sucked into that now. I'm not saying anything. I'm not going to say anything bad about it. I mean, it's tragic. I understand that. I don't wish that upon anybody. But you know what? I don't have the bleeding heart like a lot of them are going to because of how we live this life. And I can't believe some of the stuff he said. And you know how I feel about Rush. Love the guy. Never did anything bad or harmed anybody. And to have that kind of that attitude
It was
towards.
the same way that people talked about Kirk. It was
Yeah.
hideous. It was.
Yeah, correct. So yeah, but I'm not going to say anything bad about the guy. It is what it is. It's tragic and sorry for the loss, but wow,
Look,
yeah,
look, Edward. Archie was right. That's all.
me. I love that
Hey,
show growing up.
so man, we got a lot of Monday Gunday stuff.
Go
Let's
ahead.
let's move into Australia.
Oh
And now
God.
the conspiracy is that somebody with a bold action can't like this was supposed to protect everybody, save everybody, eliminate semi-automatic because they have to go like this.
I on the videotape, I watched them do that a number of times while the police were standing there.
That nation.
Did
Let me tell you something,
you?
man.
Well,
I,
Paul's
I,
probably going to get into this, but did you see? Did you notice something about the police? Who were most of that small group of police?
Women, women.
And where were
oh,
they?
wait.
Well, I'm sure they were checking Vax passports at the ice cream stand at the
It's
beach.
a physicality issue, which Paul and I have gotten into over and over and over the years. If
Yeah.
you have a 6'2", like 190-pound, just beefcake softball player straight out of college that totally could be a Marine, all right, fine, she could be a cop. The ladies I saw in this video were 5'3", 220 pounds, and they would have run out of breath by the time they got.
It reminded me of the DHS people that were guarding Trump when the assassination attempt occurred. Where they were
Yeah,
looking at their phones and sticking their guns in their holsters and not able to figure out how to do it.
couldn't even put the gun back in the holster. I mean, oh my gosh, trying to fight and
No, no.
find
I
that.
mean,
Did you
and
see
then, and
that?
then
It's just
looking
ridiculous.
at her watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a comedy of errors that was. I mean, my
Time to go
goodness.
yet?
But still in Australia, at the end of the day, a 6'2", 245-pound Ahmed Amir
That's him.
said, "That's enough of this shit." And
That's
he
right.
ran up there and knocked that guy down. And what is not widely reported is that the second gunman shot him in the leg and in the shoulder
Yeah.
as he was doing that,
Right, He got
and he
shot five.
still
He got shot
executed
five
it.
times. He took 5 bullets.
Wow.
Yeah.
And one thing I think you could notice out of that too is obviously the guy was brave and he went to go do something when he wasn't allowed to have a uh, firearm with him to go do this. So it's just like I'm just going to go in and do it, and it's very brave. But then you also look at now he's wounded. He does get the gun. He's probably never had any type of training in this. So your
You
whole
saw him
body
struggle, right?
pumped full of adrenaline, which is
Right.
keeping him upright,
Yep.
right? And I saw a lot of people complaining, well, why didn't he just and I was like, you have no idea what his human body was physically going through after that massive adrenaline dump and being hit.
Yeah.
So you
was
saw him
lucky.
struggle. It was bolt action, and you saw him struggling with the bolt. He couldn't put it in battery because of just what you said. His adrenaline. He was wounded, and he just couldn't get that thing in battery.
Oh, he was
And
lucky to be. He was lucky to be standing. I mean, seriously, he was hurt.
he was hurt bad, dude.
Yeah.
He guy's tougher than a bootleg, man.
Yeah.
I got to tell you honestly, I have never met ever Australian beta male. Every one of them are alpha.
That's why they put all the girls in the police.
Well, no, but I get what your point is. The point is
Well,
because
no, and then they give them, and then they give them, then they give them beach duty. Yeah, nothing's gonna happen, right?
because of their crown
You
politics.
go feed the seagulls and give out tickets for Novak's
All right, look,
passport.
Australia is in.
Parking tickets.
They are no different right now than what's going on with the Canucks.
I
They're
know.
still, even though they claim some sort of independence, so do the Canucks.
Dominion status.
But they are British colonies still. They're
Right, so.
subject to the rules the EU makes, even when they're not in the EU.
That's right. Nope, that's where all our policy comes from. The United Nations.
Don't you dare think for yourself.
European Union.
King Charles has got you. King Charles has it figured out.
He made that abundantly clear when he came to open up Parliament. The king comes for no reason whatsoever. I mean, it was just a clown show. Absolutely ridiculously stupid. Can we not get rid of those guys once and for all? I mean, the crown, the king, all the pomp and pageantry from the whole castle and everything. Get rid of it all. Burn the whole thing down.
Listen, I'll email you a document. You can sign it and pass it around and see what happens.
Declaration of Independence or something?
Yeah.
Well, that's what we want. Send that document over so we can send it in.
Okay, I'll send it up.
Yeah, we can get it dealt with once and for all. That's all it takes. It's just signing a document, people.
No. After you sign that, then the fun really starts. Yeah. We know about that. It's been 250 years for us.
But you know what? It's only treason if you get caught. Remember? And you did it. So good for you.
Well, some of them were caught. On our side when we did it. Some of them were caught.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
And their families were burned inside of their homes. Children
they were treated rather rudely.
The brutality of King James III is unmatched in what happened in all of the rest of history. And there's a lot of brutality in history. But to just lock in a wife and 4 or 5 children into their home, right? Because they suspect their husband of being either militia or regular, and just torching the place.
Yeah,
that was the brutality that all of our people faced when we declared independence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And by the way, the modern day Brits really objected when Mel Gibson made The Patriot, saying that it was brutal and that wasn't how it was. And I actually think it was mild.
It was more brutal than the movie.
Absolutely was. Yeah.
Like, if you go back and read the stories, holy brutal. People like people that were in signers first of the Declaration of Independence, they immediately fled where they were living at the time and went to family homesteads, family plantations that were in like way far away from Philadelphia, New York, and DC, because they knew they had just signed their family's death
Right.
warrant, not
And
theirs.
they
but
and they
their
were
entire
and they
family.
were hunted down like they were J6 protesters. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah,
Tyranny only has one playbook. And as many times as I watch it, I look at people and I want to shake them by the shoulders and say, don't you see what time it is? Don't you see what's going on? Don't you see that no Democrat gets prosecuted for anything, no matter what? And all you needed to do was walk around the Capitol grounds on J6, and those sons of bitches chased you to the north of Alaska to bring you back and put you in solitary confinement for 30 months with no attorney?
with no
Yep.
due process.
Yeah,
But you got to give drug boats due process.
I know. Due process for drug boats.
I know the whole thing is just, it's the same. The same thing happened up here. Putting those people, the same six, in jail, no due process whatsoever for that trucker convoy, all because
Nope.
they were
It was the
protesting
same
about
thing.
wanting Trudeau just
Edward.
to come out and say something. Back up what you're saying. Oh, we want us somewhere. Oh no, we're not doing that. No, we're going to crush you, close your bank accounts down, throw you in prison, no trial, nothing, and be there for I don't know how many years. It was ridiculous. And it's still going on to this very day.
I know. What's her name? Tamara Rich or whatever her name is. She's still facing this.
I know. And so is the other guy, Chris Barber. He's still and the other guy, there's another an actually cop that was investigating the infant deaths of the vaccines, and now she got fired and is going. She got another court date coming up just before Christmas. I don't exactly know when it is, what they're putting her through just because she was investigating the triple. I don't know how, maybe even more than that. Baby deaths from the COVID shots, saying there's something strange here. All these babies are dying after this COVID shot, and so she's investigating. And then they just fire her and just throw the book at her for carrying on an investigation that was only normal.
In a culture of lies, telling the truth becomes a crime.
Well,
Mary Kelly
painful.
Bowden, who I know is a favorite of Sean's, I found her 5 years ago. She was talking about how these people were given injections at the University of Houston, and because they hadn't had their second injection of the Pfizer shot, they curled up and died, and it was considered unvaccinated because you hadn't completed the course. And so they won't report that as a death from the vaccine.
Right.
It was cardiac whatever.
Yeah.
It's the same everywhere all the time.
Yeah. I don't even want to go on. I don't even want to talk about that anymore because I'm over the top.
Oh, well,
I'm over the top.
Hey, by the way, I like I said yesterday, I've got we're doing Mom's birthday dinner tomorrow night, so I can't do tomorrow night, but Wednesday if JC's available, we're totally going to talk about it again, and we're not going to stop talking about it.
Hey, that's
we're going to
JC's
talk
show.
about I Am the Science.
Yeah,
I believe JC can do Wednesday this week. Fingers crossed.
No, it's great news.
Subject to further review.
So, all right, yeah. Well, we wander as we always do.
We don't have to.
As we got the gun guy back.
And get drinks.
Turn the floor over to him. I want to hear from
hold on. Everyone,
Yes,
just slow the fuck down.
Gotta get your priorities straight. Get some drink.
Just slow the fuck down. Now, there you go, Paul. Now, all of a sudden, I've got Chris Van Hollen, Democrat senator. I've got just slow down and let Paul. I want at least his reaction before we all have an opinion. I'm sure, but
I'm going to go stone faced.
They're asking, why are we even in Syria? Oh, and then Rand Paul pipes in and goes, why are we anywhere? We should be at home hugging a teddy bear.
That is Rand Paul right there. He's so.
Paul,
I got to tell you, they need to leave Syria to us. they need to keep out of it because they don't know what they're talking about. And two National Guardsmen got killed yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Doing a great thing. And the liberals and the independents need to mind their business because they don't have the 30,000 foot overarching picture. Well, they do have it. They choose to ignore it. Right?
Well, yeah, they get the intel briefings. They know it.
Yeah.
They know that Syria is literally an aircraft carrier, landlocked aircraft carrier, that if we wanted to go have a conversation with Iran, we can have that conversation in about 3 minutes. I'm just going to leave it at that.
And I think you should.
I mean, it beats flying from Whiteman, you know?
So, yeah, I just leave it at that, bro.
I don't see a better way to
There are
put it
so
than
many
that.
elements
The thing
going
that
on.
points
There are
to
so many
Paul-
levels to this, Sean.
The thing
It's
yeah.
very nuanced. The media makes you think it's just like some, slaughter fest or slasher movie or something, and it's not. It is nuanced, to 18, 19, 20 different tribes, right, that all have their own agenda. And some of them want to talk to us and others don't. And that's about as far as I can take it, bro.
I think that's fair. I think my statement stands firm on both statements being correct. We can have a quick conversation with Iran if we need to, whatever conversation that needs to be, but also, which is why we're there. I get that, but also to Chris Van Hollen and all these other senators, including our own Rand Paul, you get the intel briefings. Go fuck yourself.
Tom West.
Yes. Go fuck yourself, Tom West.
Go fuck yourself, Tom.
Because you get the information and you're intentionally misdirecting, not for the good, but to turn it against Trump.
$45 billion a week we're sending to the Taliban in Afghanistan, and Tom West signs off on it. Why? Because he was the ambassador to Afghanistan, and he made friends with the Taliban, and he's reaping what he's sowing, and we are letting him.
I did hear this past week that Marco was going to put a stop to it. I don't know if I believe that.
I don't know if he has a mechanism to do that.
Sean,
he can't.
The State Department has ways of doing things. As we know, it frustrates us quite often that they're doing what they're doing without authorization. I mean, I gotta believe that he's got a way to do it if he wants to.
We still fund the United Nations.
I know. No. I know that, but we do. That's
your end around of USAID.
As disgusting as it is to fund the United Nations, that's still not the Taliban.
Wait, what? Say that again, because what does the remember what USA did? Do you remember? Wait. Do you remember what USA did? And then now,
there's some good. There is some good, limited as it is, that comes from giving money to the UN. Something good happens. Not even close to a majority, but just throwing the money at the Taliban. That's 100%.
I'd rather give my money to the EU than the UN, and I hate the EU.
No more than you.
I hate them all, but I still think the Taliban is worse. I mean,
right. But at least if you're not members of the United Nations, you can go in there and not get the grief the United Nations would give you if you just get out. And I don't even know why we're into that.
United Nations
Edward. I think
funneling
we
that
should
work.
defund the UN. I think we should defund NATO. I honestly, I think we should be done with all of it.
All right,
It's
that's
But
fine.
that's all I want.
45, what is it?
If we could
45 million?
defund the
Is it a
United
week?
A
Nations to
week.
A
start.
week or a
A week.
month to the Taliban?
I know. It's just like why and how did anybody ever approve that is beyond me. I can't see how that
And
can
why
even
they're
happen.
still doing it? We were out of there 3 years ago, and they're still paying the money. It's
Yeah.
cash.
I think
To a bunch of guys that have a double-digit IQ that live in caves, they burn fires and eat goat because they're so rudimentary they don't know anything what to do, but they sure take that money and we sure give it to them.
Yes, they do.
I'll bet that's true too. So backwards.
And it gets funneled
So
into
now that
traffic.
you've described the UN, what do you think about the Taliban?
And it gets funneled into trafficking those people into the West.
Yeah.
That's what the money does, and that's what I was
Of
trying to say to
course
begin
it
with.
does.
I
So
got a
look,
question.
USAID was small chickens compared to the roost of the UN. And where do you think? I'm going to say allegedly, so we don't get sued. Where do you think the Salvation Army got all that money to help traffic humans into the United States?
Yes.
It
Are
wasn't
we gonna
USAID. It was UN money through NGOs.
we
Then
gonna
another
we gonna
NGO. Then
we
another
gonna we gonna
NGO.
we gonna go here?
Yeah, because now we're going to have to bring in
Allegedly.
the Catholic Church as well. If you go down that
Allegedly.
road, you're going to include them all, and that includes the Catholic Church.
Well, yeah, if
Yeah,
you're gonna
Catholic Charities, Edward. Catholic Charities funded a bunch of that stuff.
Yeah. So how far down
Allegedly.
this
Hey
road?
Paul, how else are they
Allegedly.
gonna pay off those lawsuits for all those priest diddling altar boys?
You're
They
not.
gotta have a fresh source of funds. I mean, their parishes cut them off at the collection plate, so they gotta get the money from somewhere. I
Don't they
mean,
have
these are the Borgia popes in current time.
Don't they have 2 trillion in their just bank account alone? The
They don't
Borgias?
care. It's like Harvard. They don't want to. They don't want to be taxed on their 55 billion in their endowment. They want fresh revenue, man. Here, let's invade the United States, and we'll take the money and facilitate it. Then we can pay off these lawsuits, and we don't have to sell any real
Hey, we're
estate that we
alive.
want
You
to
gotta
hold.
use the word
Yeah.
allegedly. You
Yeah.
gotta use the word
Okay, I'm
allegedly.
sorry. Allegedly, absolutely. All right.
And you know what? They're not giving up that 2 trillion either. I'm telling you that right now. They're not giving
No,
up the money.
they're not gonna give
So
it up.
forget that. They're not paying a dime out to
Hell no.
anything or anybody. So forget that idea. And I got a question. Why in the hell is Trump still in United Nations? Pull out of there. He already did it once. Why didn't he just pull
Congress.
Get out.
Congress controls the purse strings. Congress decides what's funded.
Time for
So, like, when everybody
Congress gets the kickback.
and Congress gets the kickback.
all of them. Every
Yeah,
one of those.
it would. So, when a lot of people, obviously, Trump's done a lot of great things by executive order, and the 11 months he's been president again. What you really got to look at the failure in American government is Congress, because they haven't legislated any of that in.
Have you
at all? They haven't done any of that. They don't care.
Sean,
They
did
couldn't even
prove
do
they
the
did prove
Doge cuts.
they did prove they knew that he was passing executive orders because the one they voted on was to overturn it. The government union thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Way
Yeah.
to go, Mike. Way to go, Mike.
Public sector unions.
Elise
How you like Mike
Stefanik.
Jackson? What are you talking about?
Elise Stefanik is running for governor of New York. I love Elise. I think she's great. She's so pissed at Mike Johnson. She's ready to do open mutiny. She can't stand the guy. She doesn't
for
trust
her.
him. She says he lies. Says he's worse than McCarthy.
Well, you know what? I think that state of Kentucky is getting all the money. I mean, you look at all the representatives from the state of Kentucky. Look how crooked all of those people are. I can't believe it.
Yeah, of course, we can allegedly look at that, but Kentucky's funding, if you look at everything on a federal level, is fairly low because their population is fairly low.
It's a Dixie
they're a bunch of
Mafia.
hayseeds. It's small change, Edward. They're hayseeds. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
All
Dixie
right.
Mafia all the way.
Which one? Good one. Good for you. The Dixie.
Hey,
Absolutely.
You didn't say that out
McConnell's
loud.
McConnell's run the deal down there for forever, but he's a small time grifter in his own state.
Yeah.
Well, what about
His
Rand
his
Paul?
damage has been national, where
Rand Paul's still small potatoes. It's Kentucky, so you got to look at it like the way the grift works. It's by population on your request for grift. And
Yes.
Kentucky's a small population state.
I
right.
get you.
California is big time grift. So is
Oh,
New
is it?
York.
So
Is
if
it-
you're looking at what is going on that is being revealed in Minnesota, multiply that by 35 and then
Oh.
apply it to California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you said Miss Pelosi getting a little. She got. She's indicted. I think in California is where she's from and represents there. She got subpoenaed. I think today or yesterday. I can't remember. I have to see what's going to be for that.
Subpoenaed by a court of law? No.
No,
Subpoenaed by
no.
Congress? Yes.
Nothing-
Continue the
Nothing's
grift.
gonna happen.
Continue
Nothing's
the
gonna
You don't
grift.
think so? I don't know.
Congressional subpoenas and congressional hearings have never led to meaningful prosecutions.
So you think she's
Unless
not going
it's
to show up?
Steve Bannon or Peter Navarro. That's the
Or
only two
the,
times
or
in
the
history.
threat of it through Nixon or for
As I-
Nixon.
Edward, as I've told you, you have nothing to fear from the law unless you're a Republican.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. The same going on. Same thing here. No different. Conservatives take a beating, and the libtards seem to. Yeah, you already know the story. Get away with everything, and then some. Yeah, I'm sick of that too.
Listen, and I know we're not doom scrolling, but we even found out today John Solomon documented time after time after time that the FBI stopped all the investigations into the Clintons, and they had them. They had them. They had the goods on them. They could have prosecuted the Clinton Foundation, the Clinton Global Initiative, all of it for the money laundering, the influence peddling. They had all of it, and Andrew McCabe stopped all of it.
You don't think the 33,000 emails would have got her specifically her in trouble if they would have went on with that and then Comey?
I still think.
Hold on, Edward. Hold on. Slow down. Hold on.
Mm.
So even if there would have been no criminal prosecution of the Clinton Foundation and the whole network, just the discovery alone and giving it to the information to the public would have destroyed that entire NGO network of the Clinton Global Initiative, CGI. And that's all Trump has been at, even from 2016, been asking for is, could you please just give the information out? Because that alone will make everybody go, oh, I don't know if I want to donate. I'm definitely not donating to that anymore.
Right.
It would stop the funding, absolutely crush the private funding. Now, they do get, obviously, CGI still gets government funding too. That's all. But that gets confusing, and humans can't follow it. And when you look at the charts and you see how it went through the United Nations, then it went to Zimbabwe, then it went back to the Cayman Islands, and then went over to the United
Don't forget Haiti.
Islands.
Don't forget Haiti. Haiti throws a great wedding.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I was at $9 million for what did was that $9 million you spent on that wedding there? Chelsea?
That was flanky, wasn't it? Yeah, really nice. And you even had Gisley. You even had Gisley in there. I mean, that was the least you could do after you got him. After you send him to the moon 26 to 50 times, right, with young underage girls, right?
Oh my God. Oh my God. So true. I think Oprah was there too. Hey, by the way, I didn't want to go down that road. I want to get back to Monday Gunday. You know, I did a few suggestions about that, and I'm sorry.
I'll shut up. I keep diverting us into all this other nonsense. So I'll be
there's
quiet.
so much to go through. I mean, oh my gosh,
I want to know what everybody's everyday carry is.
I don't have anything. We don't have handguns. Well, normally here.
Springfield, 1911 45.
6-hour PT-20 abbreviated with a 5 3/4 inch barrel.
My Sig 9mm in the armrest of my car.
Are you guys going to actually say that live? I mean, like people will check on that. You're
I'll
going to say,
say
"No,
it.
I don't have
Listen,
nothing."
I
We are
challenge.
live.
I
Well, I
challenge
could
anyone
show
to
it
come
to
and try
them.
to
And by
take
the way,
it
it's
from me.
I could
America.
show it to them 128 grains at a time.
Oh, you're from
Yeah.
Texas. You can say that anywhere. You're from Texas. I think that's
Yeah, it's America. It's
yeah.
America.
So you
Yeah,
guys don't care.
Anybody that wants to try to come and take it can come and take it.
Try and pry it from my fingers. Go ahead. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, you know what? St. Louis, I imagine you get quite a bit of that going on down there. There's at least a couple of rough parts in town. I don't know if I'd walk around unharmed.
I'm in the bluest county in a ruby red state.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
about you, Sean?
He doesn't want. Listen, he's behind enemy lines, man. The police in Charlotte.
Holy fuck.
I
But
mean,
I
he's got subway slashers going every weekend there.
dude, can you should I just get online and call for an assault knife ban?
Well, yeah. I
Like
mean,
Charlotte.
for all the good that's going to do.
Holy
My goodness.
fuck.
Did you see that video I sent you of the one I sent you from our city there?
Listen,
Funny
I always
really?
had a pretty high opinion of Charlotte. I did hear back when they were competing with St. Louis for a football franchise that North Carolina led the league in outhouses. But obviously Charlotte's quite sophisticated. They've got plenty of crime.
To answer your question, Paul, it's not a sidearm. It's a subsonic gun. I really love my father's Ruger 22 LR. That's what I use, and it will be plenty effective because I've got one of those crazy clips, so I can
Oh yeah,
keep taking care of whatever.
that is actually a great firearm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
It
taking
really
notes,
is.
Edward? You can turn us all into the Canadian libtard women, and they can rat us out.
Yeah. I'm on the phone now with them
I mean,
reporting.
Josh Stein's on his way to my house right now to see if I have my.
I mean, all you want to know about Paul is look behind him on the wall there. You got him dead to rights,
Again,
man.
from Texas, these guys, it's like Alberta, the province of Alberta, they're almost the same, as far as sporting.
He's gonna pull one down and show it to you.
There you go. Yeah.
AR-10 and 308.
Yep.
Love the 308.
30-30. Yeah. 226 in a AR-15 platform.
Yeah.
This is an AK-47 and 7.62 by 54, and this is a Remington 800 pump.
Ooh,
There you go.
very nice.
What do you think the gals up there think about that, Edward?
I think they'd be afraid. I think that they would think, "Why do you have guns?"
That's pretty typical.
Accidentally.
Honestly, I think that's a typical reaction, and I see that out of people because they don't understand. Watch these YouTube videos of people that have never been around a firearm.
I know.
They're brought to a gun range, and all of a sudden they're like, "Holy shit! This is the coolest thing I've ever experienced."
Or they're
But I
like
was
Chris
terrified that it
Stephanopoulos,
was
who
just
goes,
gonna blow
I
up in
think
my
I had some PTSD from shooting those guns.
Yeah, well, it's an interesting take either way. Oh, you could
But
call it
I
a
will
gun,
tell you, I fully believe that if you took that gun rack behind Paul up to Canada, those damn things would jump off the wall and start shooting themselves. And
Yeah.
they'd lay waste to everyone around them. There's no doubt.
you know what? You know what? I think I'm gonna one up you and say the moose would probably steal them and use them.
Yeah, that's
Correct.
exactly what would happen.
One
Against
on
the
each,
hunters.
one on each horn.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Double barreled like Walter White,
Oh.
Breaking Bad. Yeah.
All right,
So my real collection is behind that wall.
Of course, he's
would
got
like
one of those
those
walls he's got one of those walls that
That's right.
turns. He's got the real arsenal behind the wall. It just turns like when you press
This
the
guy
button.
knows that.
let's get into words have meanings, and
Uh-oh.
they're using words to fool people. What the fuck is an assault? Anything. Like if I had a rock
Like a knife?
that weighs
Is that what you
3
mean?
pounds and I threw it at your skull, would that be an assault rock?
It's an assault rock, definitely.
Oh.
Depends
Should we
on what it's
ban
made out
assault
of.
rocks?
Depends on what it's made out of. Is it made out of salt? Then it would be an assault rock. As if,
That's a good one. But no, let's get into the meaning of words and why they intentionally use assault for certain weapons that they are scared of.
Yeah.
Verse
Black guns. Specifically, black guns
similar hunting
they're
rifle
scary.
that
Yeah.
carries the same ammunition.
Same
does the
ammunition.
Same thing.
Yeah. I've got a black rifle that shoots the same as my 30-30 Marlin.
Well, what does it take
Exactly
you?
the same.
What does it take you to shoot a 1,000-pound hog that's about to eat your freaking dogs?
You
The
need to
top
pepper,
three.
you need to pepper him with
30-30
assault rifle.
can get it done. But the AR-10 and 308 at 3,750 feet per second and 182 grain bullet, that leaves no question, no doubt. And I don't have to be as good a shot where I got to place it directly in their brain. I can hit them in the jaw and it'll kill them. Anywhere on the side of the head.
just
Well,
explode.
and so you're talking about the grain size is important, but also it's really velocity too,
Right.
right? And so if somebody pulls out some super scary gun like a 9mm pistol, I don't know why that's scary, but that doesn't carry the same velocity as what you're talking about. It could a 9mm gun take down a hog? I'm gonna say probably, but are you gonna have to?
If you got enough balls to be that close.
I like it. Yeah, you're gonna have to a whole lot more focus, huh?
Yeah, you're not gonna do it from the front porch, but
in my wildest fantasy, I want to go up towards the Canadian border and shoot feral hogs coming down from Canada. I think you're sending down.
We'll have to figure it out sometime next summer. We've talked about this for years. There was a guy that we're hanging out with that kind of stuck the whole thing together. But Paul's Ranch is the place for us to go. We're not going to give too many details because we are live on where it is or what we're going to do. But Paul's Ranch would be the best place for the four of us to meet up for a long 3-day weekend and do live recording and podcasting all in the same place. Whoa, we have a lot of fun.
Yep.
Might want to warn those Canadian libtard women
on the grill.
and tell those Canadian libtard women to keep control of themselves because we're going feral hog hunting next year. And if they don't contain themselves.
Yeah, well, we'll keep them abreast of the situation because we're recording live. So yeah.
We got 12 minutes left. Brown University.
I'm sorry. I keep promising and I don't deliver.
We're fine. Brown University. Obviously, we don't have a suspect yet, but Paul.
Come on.
Paul, I gotta. When you look at this and you go, they've got 900 cameras, or it could be 90 cameras, or it could be 9,000 cameras, and all we're getting is shit that comes out of a grainy fucking
it looks like the J6 bomber,
right? Like, so is there being super top notch Miami Vice cop? Is there a reason you only release just the super grainy video and not something better? Because the whole internet is going fucking wild. How does the place not have video of this when they've got?
So I can tell you this: the engineering and science building where the shootings took place was constructed in 1966.
Okay.
And they have not upgraded it. They have not put
nothing
cameras and stuff like that. The grainy, goofy thing that you see on TV
Right.
was a corner camera on a corner of a building across the street. We
Right, but
still haven't had, Ring cameras and maybe iPhone video and stuff come forward yet. But the reason there's not all that coverage is that building is old and they never upgraded it and put top security cameras in it.
Well, can I add, so
It's also-
as a security expert, you look at any college campus, what would be the first thing you'd upgrade? I've done government buildings before, and one of the first things we upgrade
Well, first
is
off,
it's always the videography systems as they get better.
Yeah.
It might be a year or two behind, but it's not 1960s 480p television technology. It would be modern technology. Did they just have a false sense of security because it's a liberal college?
I don't think it's a false sense of security because it's a liberal college. I think it is a budget line item, and leadership of the university doesn't take that as serious as the security manager would. So the security manager says, hey, I need $25,000 to upgrade all the cameras all around, install them at the engineering building so we can have real-time security upgrades. And the quadrillionaire trust fund for Brown University is like, yeah, no, we're not doing 25,000. That's just too much.
No, we got to upgrade the locker room.
You know what else? You know what else they need to upgrade? They haven't done yet is the science and engineering. They might want to upgrade that since the 60s.
All right, so we got 9 minutes left. Let's get into Ukraine, boys. We got only 9 minutes, so let's crush it all out.
No.
9 minutes.
A British soldier was found dead in Ukraine. How significant is that?
Very. Very.
How'd he get there?
You know he got there. Hold on. Think it through. A British soldier was found dead in Ukraine. What were they doing?
Uh-huh.
What were they doing?
Okay. Absolutely.
Edward, what are the British doing? All boots on the ground.
I told you.
Yeah.
And then go.
Is it an advisor who wandered Ukraine? So
clearly
if they send advisors down there, they're like our advisors. They're tier 1 super mega.
Mm-hmm. Serving sun tea.
It's not a gate guard. It's a tier 1 operator that's down there in an advisory capacity. If there are, right.
We know
so what's he doing on an active battlefield when he's supposed to be in the talk, putting together strategy?
Did you also notice the bot army attack on social media?
Oh my God. All
enthusiastic European Union supporters that are like, we're going to just fuck the US, fuck Russia. The European Union is strong. And I noticed it was a bot attack. We talked about the JC because it's people that they have accounts from like 2009, but they have like 5 followers.
15 years ago, less than 200 followers, haven't posted anything for 10 years.
So
and today they're ready to argue.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, and all of a sudden they changed their profile flag to the European Union flag.
They put the Ukraine flag in there instead of the gay pride flag or whatever.
Or they got a boat there. Either one. It's just retarded, the whole thing.
I got a proposition. I put this out on the internet. Nobody really paid attention to it, and they should. So the Ukraine army is complaining, or the Ukraine military is saying, they blew up a Russian submarine. Here was my proposal to that post, was that you could not do that without U.S. intelligence. How far
Right.
are you going to push us? If we
Yeah.
stop giving you that intelligence, and if we stop giving you re-ammunition, what
You're
do you
done.
do, Zelensky?
You're done in
Okay.
60 days.
So for what it's worth, at least we aren't giving them $350 billion this year, but 800 million is still too much.
They still gave him a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it should be
45 million a week.
zero. It should be zero. But to put it in perspective, if the Taliban's going to get their 45 million a week or whatever it is, they're going to do better. I mean, come on.
Why couldn't the Taliban at least fund Joe Biden's?
Library? They can't even get a
Oh,
contribution for
dude.
the library.
Oh,
The guy got
don't even
81
go there,
million
Bill.
votes.
I know where
81
you're
million
going.
votes.
I tried.
Hey,
I
did you see? Did you
Yes.
see him at the Eagles game, standing on the sidelines?
I did.
I saw that. I heard he was pissed that Don Henley didn't sing at the Eagles game.
Who?
Think about it.
You don't know. All that's funny. It's so funny to me. But I'm looking at Ursula. I'm looking at some of these other people from the European Union.
No,
that
don't look
that
at
are
them.
members of the EU. So not bots, not technically bots.
Okay, all right.
And their call to, I think some of them are posting retarded stuff like the United European States of America. Like you're just being ridiculous. You're clearly firing up people who don't follow politics, and there's
Right.
so
Who don't
many
know
of them
anything.
across the world, including in the United States. You're trying to get them on because everything's a team sport. You're trying to get them on your team, and you're trying to get them mad now at the United States. It doesn't work out well for you if you do that.
That's correct.
But you're telling, like all the propaganda says, we have 450 million people. We're bigger than the United States. Our GDP is this, which is super tiny. Like California has a bigger GDP.
How many carrier battle groups do you have?
Yeah.
Total.
Yeah.
Total. No, but now, like, if you really have to understand that they're running an information war. They're running a propaganda war. No different.
Sean, they've been running their information war since 1880.
Yes.
They're good at it, and they've been doing it a long time.
1980.
Ever since they lost the U.S. Civil War and lost control of America, their reason to tear has been to control U.S. muscle and money while they call the shots.
They can't afford. They can't afford it any other way without
right,
U.S.
but
money.
that's the quote unquote special relationship, which is a bunch of bullshit. We do the thinking and you do the grunt work, and you pay for it. That's what it is. And they are mourning that relationship, and they know that Trump is going to end it.
So, which ends first, EU or NATO?
EU. I think the Eastern European nations are going to do away with it.
NATO.
Poland, Hungary. Look, if you look at videotapes of Christmas markets in Poland and in Hungary and all that, it's like normal life in Europe. You can't tell me that the other European nations aren't going to see that and go, what the hell is going on here? I mean, we go outside and we get raped, and those guys are celebrating Christmas the way we want to with our families.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because they're not afraid to hurt feelings.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a mixed bag here. We got NATO, we got EU.
You asked.
Which one ends first? You know what? Here's the best thing about this group is we're not all in just some sort of cult alignment.
We're totally heterodox. No, there's no doubt about it. There's no party line here.
Yeah, and you know,
I mean, we all know Canada. We all know Canada's screwed, and we're waiting for Edward to declare independence. But we're patient.
Oh,
Right.
holy crap!
It's coming.
You offered him a visa to move to Missouri.
I did. I told him he could stay he could do the podcast in this room with me.
I'm,
He didn't take. Can you imagine any of you out there that he didn't take me up on that?
that's not the point.
Talk
It's
about
too cold.
an ingrate. Yeah.
It's too cold to swim right now. I'm telling you, I was swimming for it, but not now. Can wait till it gets a little warmer.
Dude, put on your ice skates. Man
Just
up.
get in a
Come on
barrel.
down.
Go over Niagara, and I'll pick you up at the bottom.
All right,
right.
we got to close it out. Next time, let's get even some more Gunday stuff in on Monday Gunday. I had so much fun. I hope you all did.
Oh!
Everybody who was listening. By the way, this is the best podcast on the planet. We wish we could share just this segment of it.